2 divides 4, remainder will be 0. Then 2 divides 6 also we can add in this because remainder will be 0. Okay. Then see, while adding element we have to take values only from these set 2, 3, 4, 6. We have to take values only from these sets. Okay. Then let us take next element. See, this element also we can add. Both are from set A and 3 divides 3. Right. Then 3 divides 6 also we can add. Okay. Then next one is 4 divides 4 also we can add, and 6 divides 6 also we can add. 6 also we can add. Right. So from this condition A divides B, we just try to find R. Okay. Where 2 divides 2, 2 divides 4, 2 divides 6. So such all elements we have mentioned here. Okay. We cannot add 2, 3 in it because 2 not divides 3. We are not getting remainder as 0 when we perform 3 divided by 2. Similarly, 3 divided by 3, 4 also we just cannot add because when we divide 4 by 3, we are not getting remainder as 0. Not getting remainder as 0. So these elements we cannot add here in this R because this condition is given. Okay. So how we are getting here R? We are getting R like this. Okay. Now after finding R, what is question? Show that R is partial ordered. Okay. Now if R is partial ordered, then how many condition it has to satisfy? Earlier we have discussed its definition. To make R as partial ordered, R must be what? R must be reflexive. R must be reflexive. Then it must be transitive. Okay. And antisymmetric. Okay. Now how to check whether R is reflexive or transitive or antisymmetric, we have already discussed in our earlier session. You please go through that particular session here. Again, here I am not going to check whether R is reflexive, transitive and antisymmetric or not. Okay, you verify definition, you go through definition and verify this. For example, to make R as reflexive, I will just explain one property. Okay, reflexive. See, if A is 2, 3, 4, 6, then your R must contain 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 6, 6. 2, 2, then 3, 3, 4, 4, 6, 6. If this is the case, then R can be reflexive. So here in R 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 6, 6 all are present. That's why R is reflexive. Similarly, for transitive also one definition is given. For antisymmetric also another definition is given. You can apply that definition on this R and you can verify. So here, let me tell you, this R is all reflexive, transitive and antisymmetric, and because of that reason, R is called as partial ordered relation. What? Partial ordered relation. Okay. And this ordered pair, capital A, which set given in the input capital A, and which relation they have given R. This particular part is called as what? Is called as poset, partial ordered set. Okay. And then we have to draw now Hasse diagram. Hasse diagram for this poset. For poset we can draw Hasse diagram as I said earlier. Okay. So this is R and we have to now draw Hasse diagram. Okay. So before drawing Hasse diagram, let us draw first digraph. Okay. Digraph in earlier example also we have drawn. If I want to draw digraph, then see 2, suppose this is 2, this is 4, this is 6 and this is 3. Okay. So if we want to draw digraph here, I am not drawing Hasse diagram initially. I just want to give you difference between digraph and Hasse diagram. That's why initially I am drawing digraph here and then we'll draw Hasse diagram for same. Okay. So if you want to draw digraph, then 2, 2. How to mention this? Here we have to give loop 2, 2. Then 2, 4. Here from 2 to 4 there must have an edge and directed towards 4. Then 2 to 6. So like this. Direction towards 6. Then 3 to 3 means on 3 we have to give loop. Then 3 to 6. 3 to 6 here like this. Okay. And then 4, 4. So on 4 we have to give loop. Then 6, 6. On 6 also we have to give loop. So this is what? This is digraph. But now we don't want to draw digraph. We have to draw what? We have to draw Hasse diagram. Hasse diagram. Okay. Now how to draw Hasse diagram? So as I said earlier, we have to follow those rules, okay, which we have discussed just before. Those four rules. No need to give loop, no need to give direction to the arrow, okay, no need to represent transitivity. So let me draw Hasse diagram here, Hasse diagram, okay. So what is the first element? So here let us draw Hasse diagram, okay. So what is the first element present here? That is 2, 2. In diagram, how we represent? By giving loop on 2. But if you want to draw Hasse diagram, then if this is 2, then no need to give loop. No need to give loop. Okay, so 2 just mention like this. Okay. Then next one is 2 is having relation with 4. So 2 at lower side you have to mention. So 4 somewhere here I can mention. Okay. So 2 to 4 means from 2 to 4 you have to draw edge. And on edge no need to give any arrow like this Hasse diagram. No need to give any arrow. Okay. Then 2 to 6 is also there. Okay. So 6 we have to mention somewhere above this 2. Okay. So here suppose this is 6. Okay. So 2 to 6. Okay. This element I have mentioned. 2 to no need to give loop because this is Hasse diagram. Then 2 4 from 2 to 4. Then 2 to 6. Then now 3 3. Okay. Now 3 somewhere here we may mention 3. Okay. 3 3 means we have to actually draw loop, but in case of diagram, here we are drawing Hasse diagram, so no need to draw loop on 3. Okay. Then 3 to 6. 3 to 6 like this. 6 must be present above 3 because 3 to 6 is given. Okay. Then 4 4 is mentioned, so 4 is there, so 4 4 is actually loop in diagram. In Hasse diagram we are not drawing loop. Okay. And 6 6 is also there, so no need to draw loop. Okay. So this is Hasse diagram for this R, and this is a diagram. This is a diagram for this R. Okay. So getting difference between Hasse diagram and diagram. Okay. So you have to remember the rules that we have to follow whenever we have to draw Hasse diagram. Okay. Fine. Now let us discuss next point, that is chain and anti-chain. Okay. Again theoretical point. So what definition they have given for chain? Let A and this relation. Okay. Actually this symbol they have used. Okay. This is actually now called as actually less than equal to, we can pronounce it, but it is not less than equal to, it will represent relation, partial ordered relation. Okay. Let A comma this partial ordered relation be a poset, then subset of A is called chain if every pair of element in the subset is related. Okay. Is related. Now its meaning is what? See, in this example, this is not chain. This is not chain. Okay. When we can say that the relation is a chain, if you get Hasse diagram like this, 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. 1 to 2 and 2 to 3 means in one line if you are getting Hasse diagram, then that is called as chain. Okay. And what is anti-chain is, here definition given for anti-chain. Okay. So a subset of capital A is called anti-chain if no two distinct element in the subset are related. No two distinct element in the subset are related. So what is the meaning of this one? See here, this is example of this is example of anti-chain. No two subset. Okay, A and B is not related, and then these two sets are also not related. If this is the case, then that is called as anti-chain. Okay. So very small point. Okay. If question comes, then they may ask definition of chain and anti-chain.